Okay, before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be careful with the future trading. Uh, we have done this morning run, and we will see what will happen the last run now for the last couple of hours. We'll examine this market, where it's going. For the ones that never been here before, they can go ahead and copy the signals. It tells you when to buy, entry price, safe entry, and the target, and how many takes you have. And then you have the total of takes. Usually on this market analyzer, you never see anything less than 100 takes. So for the guys, they hedge the market, the future market, and they are into the swing trading. If you keep your eye on the total, is always above 100. Not always, but most of the time, it is above 100 ticks per signal. And then we have the market analyzer for the Forex. It's the same. You have the buy entry and tells you which direction, short or long. And then it tells you the target. And then when we have a buy entry, you can see on the chart as an example right now, the YM, we have a buy entry on the chart. We have the trailing stop is based on the floor and fibs, and the safe entry is based on the pullback re-entry. And however, we have the target. It's the same thing right now on the ES. You have the buy entry at the 51.75, two floor and fibs, one um, um, support, and the second one is your major support line on the floor and fibs. And then on the pullback, you have a re-entry number is right there is 2750. However, your target is today on the ES right now is 2760.75. And then in between this direction, when we are trying to climb and hit the target, there is a couple fibs on the way. You have to be careful with the fibs line. Those are very accurate fib lines. As you see now on the YM, we have projected from our resistance line. So we have shared with you the signals, the buy entry, the sell entry, the target, the fib lines. Those are your zones. The same thing happened here on the euro dollar. I like the euro dollar, but if somebody else have a request to put a different currency, you are very welcome to call us or Skype us, and we will be more than glad to add any instruments you are trading with. This is nothing has to do with sales, promotion, or anything. We're just sharing our signals with you. So you are on your own. It is up to you to follow those signals or not, but we're not responsible for your trade. So please, we're just sharing our signals for free of charge, no promotion, no sales, and it just like to let anybody see how things runs in the market. Maybe that will help some of the traders. This is because it is a bit hard time for the last couple of weeks. So I will be staying quiet, and if I see anything needs to talk about or to be cautious when you are trading, I will be more than glad to help you or trying to magnify what's going on. At the moment, we have a buy entry on the YM. This is the little problem here. We have a resistance pulling back to the buy entry, but your target is right in front of you. The same story here. We have now the true average price is 55.50, and this market now is going back and forth. It is a lot of volatility here in the market lately. Sometimes we have a good volatility and a bad volatility. And then lately, for the last 2 weeks, we're really having a rough time in the market, the way it's moving. And it's trending, stopping, then pulling back. And it is really, you have to be careful with your trade. Little announcement for our members that the MT5 is ready. We made a special automated trading for the MT5 because of the lightness on that platform and the fast speed execution. So we for those members we have, they are overseas. They have internet problem, and they don't have a high performance computers. So this is a very good one, and actually it is a very light platform if you want to auto trade. I mean, who cares which platform you are using if you are auto trading? If you are trading uh, with indicators and all that, then I strongly advise you to stick with NinjaTrader. But for the guys with automated trading, what we are doing, this is a different concept. And for our traders, we are released today the MT5 to our members. So for those guys that wanted uh, to have our members, just contact me, and then we will guide you how to get your license activated. For this one is a very simple concept. It's not very hard to figure out MT5. It takes you 1 hour to figure it out. It's very easy, straightforward on that one here. And what the idea on that one here for even a smaller account, what we are doing, we are hitting small targets, 200 as an example. Now this session here now, within a minute, took one trade on the ES and we hit the target. It's done, it's over, and it is a really amazing results on the ES. Uh, and then what you can do for a smaller account, you can put target 200, 200, and 200, and 200. And then whatever comes out of it, it comes out of it. So this is a very good, simple, and drawdown. It is very acceptable for a smaller account. However, if we are looking at the system here on NinjaTrader, it is a swing trading. It is a different type of a trading, and it is looking for a big trades. So there are two totally different automated trading. And the ones on an MT5, it is a market order. And this one here on NinjaTrader, it is a market order as well. So there are both of them. They're not limited order. They are the MT5. It is a market order, and it is very easy to control. And just a tick, one click. The speed is amazing. And here's your center right there. You can set it up, and it takes you probably uh, 1 hour to get familiar with the platform. I like the speed. I like the fast execution on it. And we still, as a new, we are testing it. And for our traders, please give us your response and your feedback on this MetaTrader. And then if anything needs to be corrected, we will be corrected. It's a brand new. We have put over 6 months work on that MT5. So it better be good. We even built a new server for this MT5. However, I'm going to stay quiet for the rest of the session. And if I see anything good, I will highlight that. The market is still, this is the second week with a really bad volatility. There is a good volatility and a bad volatility. This week, this market, the second week on the road, and if a trader not experienced enough, can be damaged in his account. So we are sharing our signals, and please, if you decided to take any of those signals, we're not responsible for you, and it is on your own risk. We are doing that for a free service, and we're not getting anything out of it. So please, not even a sales stock, not even a promotion, nothing. So please do not take it out on us. Think it twice before you take a trade, and you have to understand the risk in the future trading. However, if we look at the euro dollar, we are going straight up. There is nothing holding this euro dollar. Actually, it is. If we notice from earlier today, when we had the session at 10 o'clock Eastern time today, the futures, they are very mixed signals. Now we have a new signal on the 30-year Treasury bond. It's a sell at 144.09. And then your target is right here in cayenne color, 144.06. And then on the pullback, re-entry is 144.12. And then this is a new signal now on the 30-year Treasury bond is right in front of. Actually, if you look at the video from this morning and this afternoon, you will see that the forex has been a plus all day long and it's been non-stop a plus. And the forex actually lately they are very easy to look at and are very easy to trade, which usually, I mean, forex that require a high time frame, 240 minutes and 30 minutes, which we are using only 1 minute because that system here is involved with a lot of high time frame. It's not based on 1 minute, it's based on a lot of high time frame. So this way is much cheaper to trade from a 1 minute chart than 240 minutes chart. And it is, as you see, is a very clear what's happened on the, as an example, the euro dollar, and it cannot get any better than that. And it is very straightforward for the ones who have the eye for trading, or they know how to read the chart. This is a really straightforward trading, and is coming right in line with the fibs, our fibs zone. And I mean, it cannot be easier than that to trade the forex lately. And I don't know if because of the volatility in the future for the last couple of weeks, I have no idea. But it seems like the future, the forex is much easier to read those last couple of weeks than the futures. I'm gonna stay quiet. We are trying to climb to those targets. On the 30-year Treasury bond, we just had a new signal. I don't know if I have a chart for. Yes, I do have a chart for 30-year Treasury bond, and we have a sell order on the 30-year Treasury bond. We just had a fire on the 30-year Treasury bond, and we can see the sale order was 144.09, and we are diving straight to the target. And it is really funny about this 30-year Treasury bond. Yeah, and we'll go back to the YM, and we will stay on the YM, ES, and Nasdaq. This is the most traders use. And if anybody have a question or you need me to add any instruments, you're very welcome to contact me. We will add those instruments for you. Okay, I will stay quiet and if you have any question or any instrument, please contact us. We'll add it for you. Thank you. We have the CL target hit, and we had an entry on the CL. You can see from the market analyzer, 62.37. The entry was, and the target 61.72. That made 66 ticks based on one contract, and this is really nice. We have hit this one. We're about to go short on the YM lately. The YM has been really hard to trade. The YM for the last couple of 3 days, but you can see from this is what means the safe entry. Let's go back to the YM. The safe entry is right there where you see the pullback re-entry, the pullback re-entry. And you can see the Nasdaq and the ES came back to the re-entry level on the base on the pullback. So there is a pullback, and there is a support on the pullback. So this is very important to comprehend, or to find out if this pullback is going to hold or is going to change momentum in the market and it will be going short. So that's why you notice right now we are in a very critical area. If we're going to break those levels, that's mean we are getting a new signal on the ES and the Nasdaq. The YM already hit the entry price, the signal, and we can read the YM is 25,396, and it's right there, right in front of you. This is your entry price, and here is your target price. Your target price, you can read it from the market analyzer, is 25,322. So we are about to hit a new signal on the ES, and then we got a new signal on the ES. And the ES, a new signal, you can read it, is short trade. 274,950 is your entry price. Your target is 274,150, and the re-entry on the pullback, it is 275,650. Is a very straightforward. There is no confusion in the trade. So now we are short on the YM, and we are short on the ES, and we are fixing to hit short on the Nasdaq. A new signal is coming out on the Nasdaq, and it tells you exactly where is your target. So right now on the YM, we are 24 ticks, 26 ticks in the profit, 11 ticks on the ES, and now we are about to hit a new signal on the Nasdaq, and it is a very straightforward. There is nothing holding the ES. There is no fib line on the way to your target. A little turbulence on the YM at 336, but we are going straight forward. Okay, we got a new signal on the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is 6946.25, and the target is 2700. But it is very risky at the Nasdaq right now. I'm not sure if it's going to hit the target. The reason is we have extreme fib lines all the way to the 69.3650. So there is a little bumpy road here on the way to your target with your Nasdaq. But on your ES, you have a very clear, straightforward trading all the way down to the target, folks. This is a really something that the system estimates for you where is going to be your target, and your trailing stops are based on the floor and flips. They're not dummy trailing stops, and this is really nice. As if you will notice on the Nasdaq, this is where is the problem. The Nasdaq right now, it got kicked from the first support line. That's not so now it's going back to retest it. I'm not worried about the small fib lines. What I'm worried about, this number here is at 936.50. This is a key right there, and let's see if it's able the Nasdaq to break the 69 36.50. However, on the ES we are going straight down to the target, and also on the YM, we are going straight to the target. So right now, in total, on the ES, the new signal, we have 8 ticks. On the YM, we have 26 ticks, and on the Nasdaq, we have 10 ticks. So if we calculate how many ticks we have on those here, 55, 200, $312 on the new signal. At any given time, if you look back to all the videos we're going live with, we have probably now few there, and that's why I decided to go live. At any given time, you always have around 100 ticks in the profit, especially for those guys have the right amount of money to trade. So if one of them did go south, as an example, right now we have the 6E is struggling. It become irrelevant when you are hedging the market, because when you are hedging the market, your total, let's say, target a day is $1,000. So if it's $1,000, you have 100 ticks, you're done. And this is for the guy with a larger amount of money. So that's why for um, uh, the ones are trading one contract at the time, of course, they will have a little harder time. But for the guys have the right amount of money, they can hedge the futures based on one contract. And at any given time, you can see now we have 200 ticks in the profit on based on the last signal. So no matter what time you come in at this platform, you always have 100 ticks in the profit. Always. You know, I should not say always, because we could be this one misleading that word, but I can say most of the time, 90% of the time, you will have the average is 100 tick at any given time from any given market. So this is not bad at all. As you see on the Nasdaq, as I'm expected, I'm concerned about this number here. Those are your $35 zone. It's 936.50, and you know what? Those are the best $35 investment in this market you will ever get. So those are extremely accurate, and this is totally guiding you if you are taking a trade or you are auto trading. It guides you where the probability this market is going to be kicking back, and this is, you cannot avoid it. A lot of emails today from our members on the MT5. It is a very straightforward on the MT5 right now. Let me move this clock here. Okay, now we have the CL. What we are doing small targets because it's a brand new, and we took us 6 months to really come out with something like this, very simple, straightforward on the MetaTrader. For our members, the ones they are suffering with computers, internet connection, they don't have a high performance computers. This is a very straightforward. It is you reload the ES probably 5, 6 times a day. What we are doing, we are taking small targets by small target by small target, and usually it hit it right away. Like now, it hit it. So then you can reset it. We have a newer version coming on Monday. We're gonna add a new button on the chart, which we will send it. It's the same license, and what it does, once it hits the target, you can reset the button, and then all goes through. Right now, if we notice on the latest signal on the ES, $225 in the profit. The YM, $260 in the profit, and the Nasdaq is $260 in the profit. An average based on one contract, one ES trading, one YM trading on the last signals front of you today, and a Nasdaq, one contract, one trade, almost $1,000 on those trades here. 250, 300. I mean, right now we are across the 1,000 base on one contract, folks, and we have not hit the target yet. As I said, the YM, we're gonna have a little turbulence, little kickback here on the 337, but it's going down. It's going down straight to your target, and right now it's just a little pullback. But at the moment, on the last signals, we nailed. Now they are around $800-900 based on the last signal, you know, and this is based on one contract, one trade. So let's see what will happen. For Let me see. I would like, because sorry, it's a new system, so we are watching it and keep our eye on it now. On the MT5, we have the CL on $200 straight, which is going to hit the target immediately, and we have $120 on the Nasdaq. This is really beautiful, very light, very smooth. You put it on the side. Now on those two contracts, we have $360, $375 on this one, and they are about to close. And my job is to watch this market close and hit the target, doing it very fine. Um, the ES is going straight forward. If you notice on the top of the bar, this is really cute. On top of the bar, there is a stars. Those stars are coming from that system here. Is a very independent system on the left top, on the top left. This is a totally independent system measuring the buyers, the sellers, and the signal. Two double market analyzer, and then all your those whatnots, MACDs, volatility indicator, ATR, and all those. They then get together and gives you one signal, which the signal here is direct and short on the ES, and this is a total independent system from. This one is going to guide the trader to understand the momentum. So this is part of the equation on the trading is your fibs. This is a big piece of cheese on the trading is your fibs and then your momentum. Those are two elements in the trading. Uh, you have to have them right. The momentum and your fib line, you have to have them. If you don't have the momentum, you will have a problem. Really. And now we can see the YM hit the target, and the DAX hit the target. The DAX, we have hit 43 ticks on the DAX. The entry was 432. The key target was 412.5. It hit the target. That's very nice. It's based on one contract. And now we are going to have this one here hit, targets hit, and now we are a total of 264 ticks in total. We have a little lag back on the 30-year Treasury bond. It's not moving. And then we have the 6E also in the hole in the south. So we will find out right now once we hit those targets. Now we are going to 259 ticks in the profit. Let's look on the at this one here. I have to keep my eye on this one here. Okay, we hit the target on the CL. Perfect. $220. One trade, two trade. We hit the. This is a market order. It's not a limited order. So this is I'm the more I'm looking at the MT5, the more I'm start enjoying it for automated trading. Absolutely, just strictly automated trading. I'm not gonna be thinking. I will never think a trade with indicators out of a MetaTrader. This is not accepted. But for automated trading, I am very impressed with the light speed on that platform. It's not a heavy tank, and it is very friendly use. And then it can give the trader the freedom with his iPhone or smartphone, and he should not be sitting behind the screen, being miserable sitting behind the screen all the time. And so that will give the trader freedom. At the moment, if you see from that video today, we have a new signal, and then we have hit the target. We have hit the ES. The ES nailed on one contract, gentlemen, $362. One contract on the YM, $450, and then on the Nasdaq, we hit the target right in front of you from the start till the end. We hit $400. This one here is around $1,200 in trade based on one contract ES, one contract YM, and one contract ES. So right now we have all the targets hit. We have the DAX hit, and we have the Russell also. As I remember, we had the new signal when we first started the video. we had, as I remember, we had the signal for it. So right now we have a total of 396 ticks on 400 ticks in a profit. Now, if we look at the 6E, we have a new signal on the 6E. We have a sell order at 22.05, and then your target is 22.140, and now we are already one. I mean, the 6E, you can see it on the euro dollar chart, the forex, practically the same, and you can see now we have a new sell order, and we have this is a very nasty area on that trade. It could I mean, it could be kicking back from 22 3. We'll see the support line here in that area. But most of the traders, this is where is the problem now. We hit the target, and watch and mark my words on it. Nothing is going to happen to the NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and ES. It can go one tick plus minus, can go one bar plus minus, depends on who's pushing this market left and right. But it is over. It is over. Right now we are 2:52 p.m. and we hit the target. I mean, this information, even for a guy claim he is auto trading, this is irrelevant. You will find out very soon it's not irrelevant, because on any type of an auto trade, when you are using now, after we hit the target, this market is going sideways for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 30 minutes. How would I know? But right now, there is nothing left in this market to trade, whether you are auto trading or you are a manual trading. Is finished, is over. Targets hit. Now we are up to 388 ticks in the profit, $400 on the ES, $400 on the YM, $480, $400 on the NASDAQ, CL 650, DAX 600, DAX 700 right now. And then we have 360 on the Russell, $370. Right now is a total of 427 ticks right in front of you, live. So there is nothing even to discuss about. All of it happened right in front of you. Now, if you notice what I was worried about on the euro dollar, is exactly to our fib lines. If there's any members out there, those are your $35 zone. Look at this. It's exactly to the number. So this is very important, whether you are auto trading or you are manual trading. Maybe if you are auto trading, you think this is not your problem. Yes, sir, this is your problem, because if your auto trade is taking that trade and that trade on that auto trade is doing well, and you see there's a fib line, maybe you want to consider closing that position, protecting your profit, getting involved in your trading. Nothing wrong with it, and it's very easy. This is a very critical area. So for a guy is taking a short trade from here, if he decided he want to bill out of that trade here, because the auto trade is going to take the signal entry, and he's not going to get out of that trade until he hits his target. But in between those guys, in between the ones that are manual trading or in auto trading, he will say, you know what? I made a few ticks on that trade. I made 10 ticks on that trade. I made 11 ticks on that trade. Now maybe I will waive those 10 ticks and I will cash in my money here. So this is something that I mean, a human involvement in the trade. I'm not asking for anybody to do some price action, but what I'm saying is to look at what's happening in the market. It is one of the most important, whether you are auto trading, especially auto traders, they don't want to look at the chart. I can understand that, but eventually, sooner or later, you have to look to see what the hell is going on in this business. Stand blaming any kind of auto trade, whether from us or somebody else. Stand saying why it's not making money. You should see why it is not making money on the chart, or why is making money. So you have to understand what's going on in this business. You cannot just trade blindly and hoping everything is going to go your direction. Uh, Sooner or later, everybody has to do that. So right now, you can see the euro dollar is breaking that level, stayed on 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4 bars, And you can see right now, the 4 bars here, it was those fib lines hold extremely well. And now we are going straight to those targets. Again, if you notice, gentlemen, after we hit the targets on the YM, ES, and NASDAQ, nothing has happened to the market. Absolutely. If you notice how many bars going in, and it might misguide you, taking you, or they're trying to push this market for another bar or two, but this is irrelevant anymore. This is not a tradable market anymore. We hit the target, and as you see on the 3 different charts, the Nasdaq, the YM, the ES. Once we hit the target, the market keep going back and forth between the resistance and the support. Your target is become your support, and this is the used to be the support become a resistance, and is it don't need to be brilliant trader to see how this market now playing and got stuck in that channel. Let's go ahead and take the ES. Is the same story. They are trying to push this market down, but you can see this market got stuck between resistance and support line, and it is the same story on the Nasdaq going back and forth. Now, anything happened here after that, I'm not taking it anymore, and I'm not biting it anymore, because right now this one here is gonna drive you crazy whether you are trading or not, because this one now after this levels here is going to go 1 bar forward, 1 bar backward, and that is going to cause a lot of damage. Once your target hit, your target hit. Another things what we have done to make it simple for you guys, if you see those 2 yellow lines, those are the dead zone. Once the market come in between those 2 yellow lines, that means there is no more short trades. Actually, it's the opposite. Is right now it is a place where you need to start looking for a reversal. If we notice now, you will watch this one. They are pushing this market. I'm not buying that push. I am not. And you will look right front of your eye. This market now is going to drive you crazy between left and right. And now, if we are looking on the ES and the YM, they are in a very critical area between those 2 yellow lines. And I'm not buying this because now it is an empty hot balloon. And if you don't, I'm gonna stay on that live right in front of everybody, and I will show it to you that no matter what you do here now, it's not gonna make it if you're gonna take it short. You might gonna be able to scalp it for 5 ticks or 10 ticks, but you cannot go ahead and start swinging from that trade. You're not gonna get any decent trade. Actually, you will gonna have a lot of look. There we go. You know, what else is better to show you right in front of you what is going to happen? I don't care what happened on the second bar. My problem is I need to predict where is this bar going, and it was nothing but a hot balloon. All this flashing, trying to push the market down, it did not work. Now the market going backward. And this is where 90% amateur trading start diving in where an area you should not be diving. You should be on the side, watching this market, what to do. For me personally, I'm not calling any trade, but for me personal, from those area here, I will start looking for reversals because the reversals are very important to catch them from the beginning of the trend, and it is a very risky business reversal. If you are not trained enough on the reversal, you should not take any reversals. So as you see right now, for the last 10, 15 minutes, we have hit the target and nothing has happened anymore. It's finished. Now, what is the next move once we hit the target? There is 2 options here. For the advanced traders, whatever system you have, now you start need to look for reversal. The second things where what we are going to do, there is still one more shot going short. There is only one more shot going short. That's why we have made the safe entry because this is also another trick. It's been around for many years, and a lot of people has probably ignore it. And once you hit the target, we hit the target, there is a pullback. And the pullback is expecting to be somewhere straight out to your re-entry point right there. The same story here, gentlemen. We had a sell on entry, we hit the target, and now on the pullback, this is where you need to re-enter the market is right there. This is your magic number to re-enter the market. If this market couldn't hold as a re-entry, then we are going to have a short trade, long trade. We're going to have a long signal. So there is a probability when you are trading, this market is pulling back or changing direction. So this is the key for the re-entry is a sell entry, and we are given the number. And then your stop loss should be nothing but above, couple ticks above those lines. And once those it is a very cheap trade, and actually it's very effective because most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, once the market come back, test this level, it's gonna go back, retest the target. So you will have a lot more into those trades. At the same time, the risk reward on those trades are extremely profitable on those trades. Anything right now below those targets are not acceptable to take short anymore. If you are thinking about taking short, if you're good with the scalping, you can scalp the market, take a couple of few ticks here and there. But right now, the short trades are off because right now this market is going to be kicking back and forth, and that's where you start losing money. And if we notice after the target, we have a major support area for the ES at the 34 level. I'm not interested to take a trade from the target to the support. This is too very much, it's too much, it's too tight to take a trade and invest a stop loss on those trades. So I'm gonna waive it. And the same story, we have a very major support lines on this area on this NASDAQ, major support line right behind the target. I'm not interested. We can see the sellers are pushing the market, but I'm not interested and I'm not buying that direction anymore. Now, when everybody trying to get on that wagon to go short, there is no short actually. And now this market is kicking back somewhere somehow from the support line here. And the only direction for that is long actually. And look at this. Now we have a reversal fire right at the support line here. And we have a reversal fire right at the NASDAQ. And we have a reversal fire right on the YM. So what happened? Look, you have 5 reversals firing, indicating that this market is no longer acceptable to the short side. And those are not repaint indicator, folks. Those are the R5, the reversals are not repaint. They don't move. Once they fire, they fire. And there we go. Look at the market. And I'm so glad we are doing this live because it is an amazing uh, piece of software. Right now, in total, we have 581 ticks, 86 ticks in the trades based on those signals, 574 ticks in the profit based on the signals. And this happened on that video right front of everybody, and this one here. So there is nothing to discuss about actually. Let's look about our new toy here. Okay, we hit the target on the CL, and the YM lately, the last 2 weeks, is not working on any kind of auto trade. The YM, I'm staying away from the YM, and we have the Nasdaq, and they're all based straightforward, one contract. and they are straightforward on 1 minute. None of this garbage, wrinkle bar, and all this nonsense. So, what happened to the ES to keep going? What happened to the ES? So, if you are trading from the target, what happened to the ES? Nothing. What did you miss on the ES? What? A tick? A wig? I mean, what did you miss on the ES after the target? Nothing. Now it is gonna drive you crazy to take a trade. Is it short? Is it long? And look at this now. It's coming back again to the support line, right to the tick. Nothing happening. Nothing happening, really. I don't want to be messing with that. Even if the seller's trying to push it, it's not my game. Let somebody else jump out of the window. I'm not jumping out of the window with this because we cannot follow the market all the time. We need the market to come to us. We don't need to chase a market by a couple bars movement. We don't want to get excited with this couple bars movement. If we notice right now, the way is going back and forth. Um, I mean, it's going back to the support line on the Nasdaq. We can see the support line on the Nasdaq, and this is what we said ahead of time. And this is your support line on the ES. Nothing has happened, not even one tick below that line, not even one tick below that line has been able, the ES, to penetrate. Not even one tick. Look, as we claim and expected, now we are going back to this very horrible area here. There is a lot of resistance line, and it's going back now, climbing slowly to those areas to see if anything can be done in those areas and break out those areas. So this is the way it is in a way. This is the market work on a daily basis. There we go. What did we miss? Nothing. Those two yellow lines, once the market comes in between those two yellow lines, and those there, they are on the short side and on the long side. You have them, if we look at the, this is your dead zone right there on your YM, and this is your dead zone on the way down. So we know the level between, look at this. What happened to the NASDAQ? What happened to the YM? What happened to the ES? Nothing. I'm going to stay longer, and I want to see, please watch on the re-entry. This is a good potential area. The re-entry is right there. This is your re-entry on the YM. This is, but the auto trade does not take re-entry. The auto trade take the signal target only. The re-entry is for a guy who want to do it manually, and manually. The re-entry. Watch the re-entry, the safe sell entry on your market analyzers, and then you can mark it on your chart. Look at the euro dollar, and this is a 1 minute forex. It's not 240 minutes. You can see where the euro dollar came into straight out to our resistance line, and now it's going back to test the target again. Even on the forex, not much happened below those targets. And if you notice right now, you see, so this poor guy is trying to take a trade on a YM ES. After we hit the target, how many traders has made money, really? Whether he is a manual trader or an auto trader, how much money he made. Because how you want the auto trade to make money when the market is stuck, doesn't matter which auto trade you're using, whether ours or somebody else. Where you want your auto trade to make the money from. And that's why we say knowledge in the market, that is a big plus for any guy want to trade. 630 ticks in the profit based on the last signal. So that's why when somebody got the right amount, the size of money, uh, especially for that kind of trading, signal trading and hedging the market, the guy has money is not looking at the ES. The guy has the right money in the market is not looking at the Nasdaq went one tick up or one tick down. The guy has the money to trade, a real money. He look at the PNL. Once he hit his target on the PNL, he flattened out everything. So for the guy has money in the market, he have it much easier from a guy have one contract Nasdaq or one contract ES, because this guy is relying on one chart or two chart to make the money. Where the guy is coming in with the future and have the right size amount of money, he's not looking on the Nasdaq took a head south or lost 10 ticks is irrelevant, because if you notice also on our live videos, those last 4 or 5 videos, you will not see the PNL went below 100. So for the guy has the right money, he can say my target is 100. Once he sees the 100, he's gonna call it off. He care less what the ES done. He care less what the Nasdaq done. He care less if the YM hold on the fib line or not. He don't care, because he's looking at the total amount here. Once he hits his target, he flatten out, and there is 2 sessions in that. He can do the morning session or on the last couple hours of the trade and call it off. And this is a very straightforward. That's why it is a bit harder for the guy have less money in the market than the guy has real money in the market. And also you can see on the forex we have hit the targets. This forex lately has been very smooth. I don't see red in the forex. It's always green in the forex. When we started this volatility in the future market a couple of weeks ago, it's been really hard to trade on the future, but it seems like it's a very straightforward in the forex, even including the 1 minute. It's been um, for whoever is trading the forex, he's been those last couple of weeks anyway. He's been having a good time with the forex, because it's very straightforward. However, the last 2 weeks in the future has been a nightmare, honestly. So right now, I've been talking for almost 20 minutes. After we hit the target, for the last 20 minutes, nothing has happened to the NASDAQ. Nothing has happened to the ES. Nothing has happened to the YM. And actually, we are flat. Right into the target, we are flat. For the ones that just arrived, they can go back and see it by themselves and see how accurate that numbers are. Exactly. This is going to drive any trader crazy. Yes. And this is going to cause a lot of aggravation. It doesn't need a brilliant trader to see we hit the same fib line 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And it's not encouraging traders to take short anymore. It's over. I'm going to stay here on it. I'm going to extend my time on it. Let's see what the Nasdaq, what the MT5 did. We're still on the ES and CL, and we have not closed the trades on the Nasdaq and YM on the MT5 yet. We have 695 ticks in a profit based on the last signal, 681. As we said half an hour ago, nothing is going to happen on the ES, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones, and nothing has happened. Nothing. For the ones that they don't know that, if you look at this number here on the YM, is 25305. This is the turning point for this market. Keep your eye on that number, 25305. Mark it on your chart, whatever system you're using. On the ES is 2746.50. On the Nasdaq is 6924.50. Those are a very, very important numbers. This is where you determine this market going long or short. Anything below those numbers are short, anything above it is long. And you will recognize those numbers immediately once the market hit those numbers. We'll see. 700 ticks based on the last signal, 715 ticks based on the last signal. Also, on the Aussie dollar, we have hit the target. Let's look at it. We had an entry right here at 86.1. We hit the target. We have a target hit, Euro Japanese. Let's see, where is it? We hit the target. And then we have the Euro dollar. We saw that hit the target. And then we have the British pound. Let's look at the British pound. Actually, the British pound is very good movement in this currency. We hit the target. And let's go back to the euro because we have the 6E here. Those are the highest points today for the futures. I don't think so. It will be anything more. It's all in the green. We have 714 ticks. This is going to be almost the highest points. 735 ticks. 41 ticks. Amazing. I don't know if you notice or if you can go back to your video, this video here. We had a signal. I noticed when I was working, we had a signal on the DAX. And if we look at the DAX, we have a sell entry at 432, target at 39.5. Let me see this DAX. And this DAX hit 94 ticks. Here we go. 94 ticks. I mean, I apologize. I cannot keep following 20 different market and forex in the same time. I'm still a human, but I cannot keep up with everything. But we have hit 93 ticks. If you rewind that video here, you will see we had a signal on the DAX, and this one hit almost 100 tick. We got the 100 tick. Now is 101 tick, and it's going straight the DAX to the 368 level, no more than 62.5. But if there's anybody out there trading DAX, it will be the 68.5. You need to close position. 789 ticks in the profit, 790 for it hit 800. Amazing. But you should be out a long time ago. And if you don't want to deal with the market, you just get out on the target and call it off. I'm going to stay to see if we're going to hit the 1,000 tick. This is really something to see. 816, 822. This is based on one signal, the ES right in front of you where we had the entry. Right now, the ES nailed on that trade $925. The YM nailed on one trade, one contract, $950. And the NASDAQ, $890. Sometimes this market, for us as a human, we cannot digest sometimes those numbers because a lot of times things like this happen right in front of our eye. Okay, we hit the 1,000 on the ES, 1,000 on the NASDAQ. I mean, basically, we should be out of those contracts long time ago, but it's just out of a curiosity. Let's see. We hit 1,000 on the NASDAQ, 960 on the CL. What is the CL? Okay. The CL is still missing a couple ticks on the CL. Look where was the entry on the CL, and we still missing a couple ticks on the CL. Okay. DAX, we hit it. This is really amazing. 30-year Treasury bond, as I remember, we had the new signal on the Treasury bond. Lately, the Treasury bond today is just as bad as the YM. It's like a cow will not give milk. The Russell is doing well. Yeah. 6E. Now there is a pullback. Going back to the resistance line at 22, we are 800, 809 ticks. I'm just wondering if the CL is going to hit this target. Let's see if it's going to hit this target. That will be nice. 61.32, 61.31. The ES entry was 62.17. Target 61.32. That's almost 100 tick. The pullback re-entry is 62.17. It's right there. Okay. 777, 795, 800 ticks. Jesus. Okay, finally, okay, folks, I think it's over for today. And if you notice the accuracy on your, for if there's any of our members, those are your $35 zone. And it came in right to your zone at 25,172. I don't think so there is anything left in this business today. Okay, a lot of pullback. Buyers start coming in. I'm gonna stay a little bit longer. I wanna show you those keys on. Watch the Nasdaq on that number 91625. Watch it carefully. And if you are whatever platform you are using, mark on your platform on the ES 274325. Please mark those on your charts, and on your YM mark 25271. 25271 on the YM, and keep your eye on those numbers even for tomorrow morning early. Keep your eye on those numbers. Okay, I think there is not much to do anymore. It's done. It's over. Nothing to trade. Whoever made money, and whoever sit on the side, he sit on the side. Guys, we got a lot of emails to stay on, and we got a lot of thank you letter. We have also some traders are don't even use NinjaTrader. Now they are copying those signals. They are very welcome, and we'll try as much as we can to share our information with the public. And it's taken a lot of time from me, and I'll try to tomorrow Uh, I don't know, but I will try my best to do session maybe in the morning or in the afternoon. But I will try to keep going and watch the Nasdaq, folks. This is where we mark the numbers. Watch the Nasdaq 6915.75. Watch this Nasdaq right there. If you notice, we have this number 6915.75. Keep your eye on it. Okay, I think it's over. Nothing left. Folks, we wish you the best. Wish you a very nice day. Please be careful with your trading, and we'll see you another day. God bless you all, and it's been a pleasure serving every one of you. Thank you.